Hello. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming by. This is the show formerly known as my RC Tiny Truck Fab Garage Show episode live. We actually have come up with a name at this point, and we're going with it. RC 3D Fab Factory. What's happening, Dad? Running a little behind, not a huge deal. Hope everybody's good. Yep. Jay Huff in the house. What is going on? I'm going to share this out actually on the new Facebook group. RC 3D Fab Factory. It's got everything alliteration wise. RC 3D Fab Factory. And then it's got the F. And then even Ab Factory. It's got a lot of alliteration happening. And we discussed it. It was probably Thursday last week, maybe Friday. We were talking, and we wanted to have something, and we came up with it. Awesome. Kelly's ready. Whenever I get the signal, I'll do it. I'll bring him on. Right now, I'm trying to share it out to the new Facebook deal. So, yeah. Steve George, what's going on? Jay Huff. Got some catching up to do on the project discussion. All right, let me grab this. I'm trying to get it. It's like I don't get notified that we're on or something. Mountain RC, what's happening? I'm just wanting to see. How did I not get a notification? Are we actually on? I'm looking. Bear with me. There we go. It's a thumbnail of me messing with my phone. Perfect. Shush. Stop. There we go. Give it a like and all that good stuff. Francis, what's going on? Kelly is waiting. Yes. Let's do it. Boom goes the dynamite.
Morning, everybody. How's it going?
Sound check. Morning. Would you just wake up or something?
I did, dude. I took a nap.
What's that like? Is that Riz?
Dude, it's so nice, man. 6:30 to like 8:30, man. I was like lights out.
I'm jelly. I'm posting this out to the group, bro. Hold on a minute.
Sweet. Dude, I had the Linden lean going last week, so I figured I better shore it up, get my act together. What are you doing? You're sharing it out to the Facebook crowd?
Yeah, I'm hitting the new group, RC 3D Fab Factory.
Right on.
My personal page. And I may hit the Instagram stories as well. Why not?
Bro, can you see that?
Yes. Dude.
Look at that, bro.
Is that a print?
Yep.
I like
So
it.
what I'm gonna do with that, I made it just high enough.
Slice
I'm
it.
gonna take that in the mesh mixer and slice that off and print
Yeah.
it. And you know what? It's 2 pieces, and I'm gonna glue them right to the side where they need to be on the Scout body. How slick is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
100%.
Dude, not to jump right into it, but this Scout body has been a nightmare for me for painting.
Really. Yeah,
Mhm.
we'll get there.
Bro, you gotta see something else, man. I've been tinkering around, not on Tinkercad, but on Tinker Fusion. dude,
Nice.
dude, I made these on the printer.
Yeah.
Look at that, bro. RC 3D Fab Factory. So I made a stencil and painted that on there. Put
Okay.
a put a koozie thing on the inside, glued it in there. Dude, it works perfect.
Sweet.
Playing with Fusion.
I'm gonna hit a couple more spots real quick.
That's cool. I need to turn on these comments.
Yeah. I just wish it wasn't a thumbnail of me. That sucks.
Francis, man. He's always talking about deer. He's walking with my deer.
I want a real picture.
Mr. Ramsey. Who all we got? Mountain RC, Steve George, Jay Huff. Hey, everybody.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. That's what's up. Come join us. Let me do it again and hide the numbers of people that are in here.
Love it.
All right, we'll do this again.
Dude, I got here in a little bit. I'm gonna move my camera down. I'm gonna change the mount for the servo for the 2-speed servo on my one SCX6 chassis. It broke. I didn't realize it. I was having issues last time I ran number 2 chassis, and it wasn't wanting to switch gears real smoothly, and I realized that thing was broke. So
Oh no.
Mr. Kirk printed off a couple new ones for me the other day. So, because I don't have that file. And so I asked him, I said, send me the file. And he did one better and just printed me off like 3 brand new ones. So I was like, thanks, bro.
I'm sharing one more spot and then Instagram. Might as well. I think the discussion's good, especially if you're into doing this. You know it.
Absolutely.
And man, I've got some stuff to tell you too about the Scout.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've been lost without you this week. You cut me off at the knees, bro.
What do you mean?
Like, yeah.
It was
Dude.
radio silence because I wanted to save it for tonight.
Ryan told me, he's like, nah, we're saving it for Wednesdays. And I'm like, man.
Mostly, here's the deal. I can always talk, bro. But I was literally in the throes of it. And I'll tell you what happened. As soon as we begin,
Yeah, you're busy thumbing it over there, man.
our
Putting it out there.
segment of what's on the bench.
What's
Is that what we call it? I don't want to do it the same name.
Bro, you can call it what you want, but it's on the kitchen counter for me.
What's on the kitchen counter? What you're working on? I don't want to do. I mean, what's on the bench is perfect, but that's like Matt's deal.
Yeah. That's when we start doing some flying here at some point. We can just say,
I need to for multiple reasons.
Bro, we can call it what's in the airspace, man.
I need to get some projects done, so then I can move those items out of my way. I don't want to sell them until I get stuff done.
I get it.
I need to make some room. Seriously, I actually put like 3 things up on Marketplace today. We may talk about that later, like half-ass garage sale, RC style. Like I'll sell. I got a handful of crawlers that I'd actually move right now.
Fab Factory Garage Sale.
Yeah,
Right on.
the RC, the 3D. Gosh, now you make me forget the name of it. RC 3D Fab Factory liquidation sale.
Liquidation sale. Come on.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, so we can buy filament. These projects are big, dude.
Dude, I'm almost out of filament again. I just got 4 rolls. Dude, I ordered this. I went with the Elegoo, the same stuff that Ty was talking about, the high-speed Elegoo stuff. I bought 4 rolls of that. I ordered it at like 7:30 in the morning. Dude, I had it on my doorstep same day at like 4:30 in the afternoon.
That's
it was
awesome.
Killer.
That's the thing, man. I like the bamboo filament, but I don't like waiting a week to get it.
Right. Yep. Dude, when you got print to do, man, it's nothing worse than having a spool run out and you're in the middle of a print and you don't have anything else to put on there and it just sits.
Oh, I can't do it.
I can't either.
I can't do it. I won't print it.
Dude, it's like peeing, man. Once you start, you can't stop, bro. Same thing.
You'll never guess what I'm printing right now in a million years.
Scout number 2.
You'll never get it. You'll never get it.
Dude, bring me up to speed, man. You've
cut
me off at the knees.
So, where's Wild Bill at? This is his segment. What's on the table, kitchen sink, project update. And I'll bring mine over here in a minute. Mine has, it was pieces I was gluing up last week, right?
On what, Scout?
The Scout. I pumped the brakes on the Tremors because once I get moving on printing off bits and stuff, I think I need to get some light buckets from you. I don't know what you've all done. The floor files you sent me, of course, they look good until I try to print them, and then half of it's not there. I don't even know.
Bro, why don't you just, you want me to print off the floor for you?
Hey, man, what are you doing Friday after work? I'm going to Kirk's after work Friday.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, rock pile.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he wants my honcho bumper.
Gotcha.
And
he did.
It's brand new. I'll give it to him.
He did say something to me about that he was going to try to get that from you.
I won't use it probably. So
Right.
It's brand new, man. He hooks me up all the time. He's when we race, like I borrowed spurs from him and what are those things called, man? Transponder, so I could race. Dude, without switching in between vehicles.
You should just borrow the car from him.
I'm gonna sell my race rigs, probably, except for the 8 scale.
Right, bro. I made the light buckets for the Scout, and I made it so that hole is tight. It's really tight. It holds that light in there super well.
Oh, good. I have those. I don't have holes in them, but I can put the holes in them.
I can just resend you the file because I actually redid this and put the holes already in them.
I'll drill it.
All right.
What I don't have is the front ones.
That's what these are. These are the front ones.
Back ones. What are these?
Well, they kind of are.
What
these
are
these are the ones for the back.
And that's what you're using for the front, and that gives you the bezel.
I did a completely. It's kind of the same design, but I actually took and put a recess in here in the front of the headlight bucket.
Send it to me.
So that I'm gonna print a blank. I'm gonna make a blank so I can cut out I'm gonna put the clear. What do you call it? The polycarbonate that we use for the windows. I'm gonna put that in here. So I made this recess just a hair deeper than what the thickness is of that polycarbonate. So I'm going clear lenses on this one because that's what's on the real one. So I'm trying to I'm going that route.
And I'll print PETG, and I'm cool with them being fogged out.
Right on.
Yep. Yeah, I never want to see the bulbs, but I get it.
Yeah, the one I'm doing, you can see the bulbs. It's kind of it's got
I
like
get
the
it though, like
high
new
dollar halogen
resto
things.
mod. Yeah.
Yep. And then you got the file for the gas caps. I sent you that.
Yes.
The
I don't know
ones
if
that I
mine
kind of
look like
made.
that though. Let me see that again. I don't have that. I
You
have
don't?
no, it doesn't have that recess in it.
Okay, I'll send that to you. The one I probably sent you was more of a flat surface.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. Well, if you want this one, you can have these. I'll send you the file because I redid it. I wanted to have a little bit of recess in the center of it. So, and they're super tight.
So man,
Into
that truck has it on both sides.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I actually looked at the real one that I'm uh, trying to go at, and I was like, why does this have two? And then I'm like, oh, it does have two. This, I don't understand it. One's for gas, one's for diesel. I don't know.
I can dig it.
But yeah, so I I've got all my bits and everything all printed out. So it's just a matter of getting the paint right. Bro, the last week and a half, if there's anybody out there that wants to paint for me, dude, I will ship you the body. I will make two of them, ship you one, and you paint it for me and send it back. I hate painting. I put I put the base coat on and let it dry for like 2 days, and I went and tried to put in the clear coat on it, and it just orange peeled up instantly. And I'm like, what in the?
Uh,
So I wound up having to wet sand the whole thing. Then I had runs on it. It was such a nightmare. So I just today, like just before I went and took my little siesta, I snuck out into the garage and painted this body and put a fresh coat of gray paint on it. And I gotta get more paint. I went through 4 cans of dark gray paint on this damn thing.
jeez. I
It's
would have
been
had.
a
I
nightmare.
think I would have had paint on mine if I didn't run into trouble, which I'll explain here in a minute. I'm gonna bring mine over in a minute too. So, and I've really approached this quite a bit differently than my other ones, actually. And just in the order of attack. Sometimes I'm so anxious to get paint on it, I'll paint before I'm even close to done on sanding. But
Dude, you know what? It makes sense. I did the same thing. Sorry to interrupt, but I did the
no
same
worries.
thing on this one. And it's like it shows every little flaw so well.
Are you guys seeing that? I turned on this thing that should put the comments on stage, but I don't see it. Are you guys seeing them? Let me look, actually.
I got my phone rolling over here and the comments
See
are
if the
rolling.
comments are on it.
They are.
Are they?
Yep.
On the picture?
Like when you put something up on the screen.
Oh, well, yeah, then you see it, like if I do
Yeah,
this.
but yeah, yep.
But like all of the comments, you don't see them.
No, I do. See, I'm on. Look, Ryan, I'm on my phone.
Well,
I got it
yeah, but
turned
not
on.
on the screen is what I mean. You could always see those. Anyway, so I guess that's maybe you have to select it beforehand. I don't know.
Oh, I can see the comments on my computer screen here. I turned them on.
Yeah. Man, I'd have had paint on it, I think, if it wasn't for. So I did that 2-part JB Weld plastic stuff this time
Yep.
again. And I think I got overzealous. So the first pass, it was fine. It was curing great. And then I went at it again to fill some. And man, I must not have mixed it good or something, but it was like 2 days and it was still sticky. And I'm pissed.
Oh no.
This is yesterday. It's still sticky after work. And I spent a bunch of time sanding and knocking down facets and lines and the glue joints with a file. like blocking it like a real car. Because if you just sand it when you still have that tall glue joint, what happens is you over sand the stuff next to it also.
Yep.
So I'm at the point now where I'm blocking the glue joints off with a big old file.
Yep.
And then I'll sand everything together. And I use the Porter cable too on where I could just one time, but I did a ton by hand. And of course, I'm not anywhere close to done. There's no paint on it. But I got it pretty. There's pictures on our Facebook group. And check it out. It's the same, just like RC Pilots Lounge went with the name of the show. RC 3D Fab Factory is the name of the Facebook group. Jump in. But yeah, dude. So that stuff would not set or cure. And so I'm like, all right, let me Google it. How do you clean this off? You can use acetone. Yeah, be careful. You can use alcohol, like isopropyl.
Yep.
And you can use, surprised me with this one, white vinegar.
Dude.
So
yeah.
I cleaned off. I tried the alcohol first, and it seemed to make even the stuff that was, so to say, cured already seemed sticky. And I was like, well, that sucks. And so I tried the white vinegar, which I figured was going to be a little less hot chemically, so to say. And I liked what it did. I was able to scrub off the loose stuff, but I was also resolved to the fact, like, you ever sand, I've sanded a lot of wood floors. And if you ever run into one that's got wax on it, it gums up the paper instead of sanding what's there.
Yep.
But in this case, I didn't care. I'm like, let it gum up the paper, whatever it takes to get it off. And the other thing that you could do is try to apply some heat. But I'm like, this thing actually has a thinner roof than any of my other stuff has. And I'm like, I don't want to really heat this up. That reminds me of a test I did in the sun I want to talk about. Remind me later. So I was resolved, even without the chemical wash, to just buzz it and dirty up a bunch of sandpaper and do what I could. So the white vinegar alcohol worked pretty good. And then I did buzz the rest of it. And what's interesting to note is, like I said, heat was one of the things that you can maybe accelerate a slow cure with. Well, there's a lot of heat generated from the friction of the sander on this thing. So I was able to scrub off a bunch, sand the cured stuff, and then kind of burn off and heat up and cure what was left. And so I ended up taking a disaster and working it out. And then I ran my Bondo on it. Let's bring it over, because mine's got a roof on it. We haven't seen one like this.
So yeah, I'm curious to see what it looks like, but
it worked out for me.
So you said the roof is real thin.
It's
on that
thinner
file?
than any of my other ones. So yeah, it's not thick at all. And I did a lot on the bottom side to reinforce it and beef up the glue joints and stuff. I'm not talking about UV resin. This is that JB Weld stuff, the plastic bonder, which is a great filler and adhesive. Bro, I was so down and dirty, I didn't even mix it, man. I just put the stuff on the deal and then just let the spreading mix it, and it did not do good.
That's
it did
crazy.
Not do good. And humidity's part of that as well.
So this project sounds like it's kind of like the big travel all situation you had going.
In a way. And I did something interesting to solve.
Oh, look at that. Dude, that's gonna look sweet with the roof on it. That's awesome.
You recognize that bumper?
I couldn't see it real well. What'd you Is that from the Ford?
No, bro, it's the other International.
Oh,
It's the
gotcha.
other
So,
International. It's the front bumper from the International, man.
gotcha. Are you? What are you gonna do for the back bumper? Are you
The
gonna
one
use?
that came with the files.
Okay, dude, that thing actually, I spray painted mine. It looks pretty good.
Look at my corners. Those facets are gone, dude.
It looks good, man.
I got a
That
lot
looks
more to do, but
that looks real good.
this is Bondo that's not been sanded yet, bro. I put it on smooth from the get.
That's that Bondo paste.
You better believe it.
Yep. And you know what? I can see those little hash marks on top of the fender wells yet too.
Yeah,
Yep.
because it filled.
Right. Yep.
You see the high spots because I let that be the form. I
Right.
went down over the radius and filled.
Dude,
And
you're gonna want to use your finger and use some of that and go in between those high spots to build that up. Trust me.
I'm just gonna hit it again.
Because bro, I got mine sitting here. Well, you can't.
Yeah.
Don't look at the paint. I only got one.
It's looking good.
It's getting there. I got to put another couple thin coats of paint on it and start that process all over again.
But once the paint's on there, I mean, I'm going to fill some more. But yeah, you see the high spots, but it filled where it needed to.
Dude, that Bondo paste is awesome for that.
And then I'll run thin over it again. And there's some, it hadn't even been sanded yet.
Right.
But that radius on the hood where it facets it off, what's so cool about those business card type things is I can do this with it.
Right. Yep.
And run it.
See, I use a whole big bottle of that Bondo paste on one truck because I'm stupid and I use my fingers and just smear it on.
I'm still on my first tube, bro.
That's crazy. I've gone through 3 or 4 tubes of that crap.
Check it out.
Dude, yeah, that's looking good, man. I like it with the top on it.
I do too. It's going to be mean,
That's
and
cool.
that tailgate makes it. The 800 series.
Yeah.
And then I showed you how bad my A pillars were.
Yep.
I was going to use those coffee sticks, and I just never could find any. And look, I did that with the bro. I did that with the mud.
I know, dude. This stuff is amazing
Look at the line in between the A pillar. I didn't fill the line up.
Yep.
You know how? After the fact, before it dries, you dig it out, bro. That's how.
Oh yeah, just use like a pick or something and just dig it
the
out.
Same card.
Oh, it worked in there.
Yeah, actually, I did it both ways. Where I dug it out after, and then I also stuck one in and finished to it, and then pulled it out. I did it both ways.
Nice. Oh, it looks good.
It's going to be all right. But I tell you what, if I didn't run into that trouble, I'd have had paint on this son of a bitch by now.
If I wouldn't have ran trouble with paint, mine would be done right now.
So the title today show is, I guess you can call it a build off. But yeah, I'm actually.
What are you gonna do for the bro? Since how you got you got the roof on yours. So for anybody in here who gives a rat's rear end, this is what I did for my back floor panel.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I went in and just made my own floorboard.
I tried to print it, but it made half of it disappear.
Not this. There's no way that. What?
Yep.
Dude,
one whole flat side went away.
That's crazy.
Yep.
And then I made
to do the same thing.
I made a stencil, on my version of Tinkercad. Fragile.
That's Italian.
and put that on there. And I took and sprayed it with clear coat, put like 3 or 4 coats of that on there to protect the wood. And dude, it fits like a glove. And the reason why I stopped, guys, up, where I'm at here is just because of the clearance for
the seats.
Yeah. So when that's in there, dude, it sits right at the top of the shock towers. And it fits perfectly.
And that open space on the sides you can't see anyway because of those
Of the seats. Right. Exactly.
I was going to do the same thing. So how much clearance is there above the box? Is it right on the shock towers?
It's right at the top of the shock towers.
That's what I want then.
I'll have to adjust that a little bit when I make the L brackets and actually do what I do with hinging it at the back.
Oh, right.
I'll raise that just a hair, but it won't be riding on it. But if I just sit the body on there and put all of it together and get this, mounted in there, it's sitting on the shock towers.
It looks good, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm happy with it. And then this is what I did with the floorboard. Dude, that is the front floorboard. I chopped it all up.
So why bother? I guess yours is open. It matters more.
Yeah, I have a strip about, I think, 1.5 inches or so that's open between the front bench seat and this firewall piece, the floorboard.
Do you like the dash?
Yeah, it's okay. It's kind of blah, but the dashes on these trucks are kind of blah, the real ones.
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
It fits good.
Yeah, I mean, it just sits up against the bottom of the window frame. But I mean, yeah, I got mine all painted and ready to go in.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's ready to go, bro. And then I didn't use the bucket seats. I went with our good old trusty Chevy 3100 bench seat, and I took and got rid of. I cleared this all out.
Yeah,
and it
same
sits,
as on the Chevy.
Yeah, and it sits like right on top, literally on top of the shift servo.
You have to send me the size.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, I'm not quite to interior bits. I couldn't really tell from the files what the front bumper was supposed to be, but I like the back one you need, right?
Yeah, yep.
To hold up that tailgate.
Dude, bro, you printed yours in 2 pieces?
I had to.
Bro, I printed mine in 1, and I used that truck bed spray paint to give it the kind of the texture look. But yeah, I printed this. It just fit. Yeah, it just fit on my bed, but I did it all in 1 piece.
I couldn't do it, man. And mine's just a tiny bit bigger than yours. Just barely.
Oh, that's right. You are doing just a hair bigger. I forgot about that.
Just a little. But
right.
Yeah, man. I'm pumped about it though. And it feels a lot like the Travelall in a way, except it's not going to have that ridiculous no departure. My Travelall back end hangs off so bad. This thing's going to be good.
Dude, this body will perform very well.
I think so.
And you know what? I'm gonna leave, believe it or not, I'm gonna leave the Mickey Thompsons. This body is going on my chassis number 1 that the Mickeys are always on, that my Land Rovers, all my Land Rover bodies fit. And I was like, I'm not gonna mess with anything on my chassis number 2 to change anything to make this fit. Plus the front bumper, the stock honcho bumper, it kind of fits with what I'm trying to, emanate as far as the real truck. It's got kind of the same looking bumper on the front of it. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna put this on chassis number 1 and leave the Mickeys on it. It'll look like a dirty beast, but it'll be
Nice.
awesome.
You need
So
to when you're done, you need to contact the guy that's your inspiration.
Send him some pics.
Send him some pics and
Yeah,
tell him he can have
sold,
one for $3,500.
Dude, that truck sold, I think, for 56,000. I told Bree, I was like, if I didn't have to worry about having a boat sitting out here, that's my other vehicle, dude. If I saw that, I would have popped for that in a heartbeat.
That's nice.
The hard part that's coming is the roll bar. That's going to be the trick, because I got to make that out of that. I'm going to make it out of that 3/8, solid round stock aluminum. So,
yeah.
And just bend everything by hand in the vise. Yeah.
Is it a pipe or is it solid?
Solid. I don't want to use the pipe because the pipe just it doesn't bend very well unless you got a bender.
Right. It's hard not to crease it, I'm sure.
Right. So Dell said that he's working on making rear leaf spring mounts for the chassis. Dude, brother, that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm gonna create a clamshell style mount for leaf springs on these 6s.
That's what's up. Then we can quit hiding stuff in the back.
Right. But you know what? I don't hate doing this. This was kind of fun, It's
it
kind
looks
of just
cool. It's a good solution.
Yep.
It's a good solution. I'm digging it. And on the last couple I've made, I was already going to be doing work back there anyway for my battery box. I have yet to cross the bridge on the Scout, how I'm going to do it. But we'll see. I may end up this one may end up hinged. We'll see.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you want me to make you if you want me to print out the back floorboard for you, I can and I will. And when I do my L brackets for this, I could make, an extra set of them.
I got those bracket files, I printed off a bunch of them. I just hadn't used them yet.
Oh, that's right. This is a build off. Yeah, you figure it out.
Yeah. And the floor thing, I mean, I can make it, dude.
Right on. That's cool.
I'll make it. It is what it is. I mean, the dimension is what it is. So,
right, dude, I'm gonna get busy and turn my camera up a little bit and down. So I'm gonna change out this, if that's all right with you. I'm gonna change out this bracket on this servo. That's one of the things I decided I was gonna do on the show here, just to get it done.
And I'll tell you about my sunshine test.
Oh yeah, I want to hear about that, because dude, that's there. Now you guys can look at my ugly chassis.
I set a couple pieces out. I was showing the neighbor, and so I left them outside. Those brackets I made for the front of the Chevy.
Yep.
And I had this Scout sitting outside in the shade a few times trying to cure out that bad mix. Yep. And I had those pieces out too, and I left them in the sun on purpose. So I had a silver one and a black one.
Yep.
We already know the black one got hotter. Right?
Yep.
And it didn't warp it, but it made it where if I bent it, it would have retained what I had done.
Gotcha.
Makes sense?
So, yep. So then,
but that was just sitting out there for hours, though.
Right. So do you think we need to be concerned with using the PLA?
I think after summer, I'll know for real.
But you know what? I mean, okay, these are a little different than like the airplanes. You set the airplanes on a flight line somewhere. and they sit and sunbake, right? If you're at a show or you're
Yes,
sitting, you're out hanging out with your buddies and you're flying. So these are, we pull them out of the car and we go right into the woods, bro.
exactly. How often
So
are we going to be out in the straight?
so I don't think we should be worried about sunbaking these things with the PLA.
No, and honestly, what I would take if I was worried about it, I would take the one that has the brightest color. Like if it's super hot, I'm taking the Ford. It's white
Yeah, for sure.
or something. Or actually, the Scouts may end up with a white roof. If I stick with my initial idea, this thing will have a white roof and hood,
Yeah,
which
for sure.
is, and the rest will be yellow. So it'll be all right.
It'll be fine, but you're
Well,
right. I mean,
it doesn't bubble like foam does. It just gets to where it will take what you give it, but it still retains its shape. And listen, I'll print PETG if I have to, but for now,
right.
this is what I'm doing.
Yep, absolutely. I'm not worried about it. And the bug truck being black, I don't care.
And some of that,
You know
there's
what?
so much structure to it. It's not going anywhere, dude.
Here's the thing, bro. Okay, it melts. Who cares? Then you dent it with a rock, heat it up and dent it with a rock, so that way then it looks like it was wrecked. And you move on.
Exactly.
And then you add a little character to it and be done with it.
Yep.
Sorry I'm messing with this, guys. I'm just
No, do it. I think a
was
lot
gonna
of people are using PLA, and yes, people talk about other materials. I'm not opposed to PETG as
Yep.
long as it doesn't stink up my room.
Yeah,
And
that's the problem.
So much finish and paint on mine. Like just this little bit of Bondo work I've done on this roof has stiffened it up a bunch.
Yeah, it's pretty wild when you start putting these things together, how strong they do get.
In the Chevy, oh my gosh, the way it keys together and all the shapes.
Yep.
It's not going anywhere. Same with as the bug truck.
Yep. Dude, that bug truck is solid. Sorry, I'm gonna mock this thing up.
I'm cleaning up this back of the bumper print. Ton of trees on it.
I figured it'd be kind of cool for everybody to watch me cuss and swear and try and fit this thing together so I can kind of show what it looks like halfway put together.
Yeah, I can set my body on the chassis too here in a minute.
Sweet.
I just gotta, and I did pull out the Tremors truck again while I was waiting on the epoxy, this JB Weld stuff to harden up. But I ended up getting it fixed.
So you actually put that Tremors truck to bed for now, huh? Completely?
Yeah, man, we're on the build off.
You're gonna finish up the Scout first, and
yeah,
nice.
Yeah,
sweet. Yeah, I put some of my edge trim from work on this stupid floor. I don't know if I'm gonna leave it on there or not to kind of just hide some of the rough edges. I might leave it on there. I don't know.
Oh, I built up the bottom. Those running the rockers or whatever.
Right here on the edge, on the bottom.
I did, man. I beefed it up.
Yeah, they're garbage trash, man.
I did the.
Speaking of which, I'm glad you said something.
I did my tape, that fabric tape, and then I filled it up with that JB Weld stuff.
Nice. I need to buy some of that tape.
And I hit it a couple times with that stuff. So it's, and then I hit it on the outside too and filled with the plastic stuff, not the Bondo first. So I got strength on both sides. And
that's awesome.
Yep.
That is awesome because yeah, I need to buy some of that mesh tape and do what you just said with mine, because although mine sits perfectly, you'll see in a bit, it fits perfectly on top of the rock rails. So
yeah,
I may not.
Mine too. I didn't change it dimensionally. I just beefed it.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey,
good
on the bench seats there on the back, did you have that big gap between the back corner and the bench seat like I did?
No. On the back corner?
That interior corner of the bench seat and the like tailgate area.
Yeah, I don't have any gap there.
Mine's printed separate. Did your tailgate print with your back half?
Yes.
Oh, you bastard. Mine isn't.
Yeah, dude, it all came. What I had was my seam. My seam was somewhere up right in here somewhere. And
you're able to print bigger pieces, man. That's why.
Can you see the seam in the center?
Yes.
Of the back? So I just did two L's is what I did. So this whole thing printed off in 6 pieces.
In my file, the tailgate was separate from it.
Oh, no.
You know why? Because I'm doing the one with the roof.
Oh.
It was different, bro.
That makes sense.
So I'm still an L, but the tailgate was separate.
Gotcha.
And so where my interior corner of the bench seat meets the back short side was, about 1/8 of an inch, maybe not quite, gap. And I filled that up with that plastic weld too, because I'm like, I can't have that just floating.
Oh, wow.
Stiffened it up a little to make it like yours is already.
You know, looking at my tailgate, yeah, I kind of see what you're saying. Probably if I would have cleared out some of the support on the inside here, it may have been one, single piece for the tailgate itself, but it all printed out all together.
Yeah, mine's going in separate, which I'm not a super big fan of. I don't need to open it. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. I'm gonna run over here and grab my other chassis. Because one chassis ain't enough. You know that, Ryan.
I know, man.
The beast. Dude, I love these trucks, man. These chassis are the best.
Yeah, I do too. That's looking good.
It's getting close. Once I get my paint figured out.
It looks all right.
Yeah, but it looks okay there on screen, but if you saw it in person, you'd be like, really? You need to go learn how to paint, kid.
Get off that gloss and you might be all right.
Right? Yeah, so this back bed portion, like right now, where it's sitting at, Ryan?
Yeah.
That's sitting on top of the shock towers right now.
Okay. Looks good. You ought to put your bench seat in there for the guys.
I'm going to.
One thing that I will say about my tailgate, though, Kelly, is because I was able to print it laying down flat, I didn't have to clearance out all the crap in the letters, man.
Oh, yeah. I wound up using a little pick that I got.
I didn't have to
Tear
do any
everything
of
out.
it, dude.
Gotcha. Yeah, bro. So that's pretty much, you know, here, I'll give you a little bit of bird's eye.
Oh, man. It just doesn't translate how big they are, bro. That thing's massive. That's going to be sweet. The Mickeys look good on there.
So, you know, they do. They look pretty good, man, for sure.
My Honcho tires are what's on this one. Going to be on this one.
Sweet.
Yeah, whatever tires my Scout has is they'll be the same ones the Travelall has and the Tremors, big Tremors.
What do you have on the other chassis tires?
On the Chevy?
Yeah, are those the BFs?
Yes, those are the BFs, and right now it's just white painted stock rims.
Yeah, so this is
I borrowed your Moonies, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yep. I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna try to tilt this up, but that's the gap that I'm talking about that I got left that you can see.
That's
which
nothing.
isn't much. It's not much.
There's nothing wrong with that. That looks
So
clean.
I might try to figure out how to fill that and be able to cover that up because it's me. But
so what does that front piece where's that at? That front piece you made for the interior. Did you have that in there just now?
yeah, it's in there.
Let me see that again. And that hides all the stuff under the hood, right?
Yeah, the dash and that pretty much hides everything forward. It's gonna be kind of hard.
Did you cut that out in the software or after?
I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but you can't really see it. Hang on.
I kind of can. No, that's cool.
Hold on, bro.
Oh, yeah, your computer's in the way.
It's hard to see, but it's right, sitting right here above the motor.
Above the motor, under the dash going back?
Yep, underneath
going
the dash,
forward,
going forward, yep.
I like it.
It's hard to see. It doesn't do a whole lot, but I like it being there.
I think it does more. Is it just in there loose right now?
I put some Gorilla Tape in just to hold it in place.
Okay.
If I take if I took the dash off, you can see it better that way. Maybe not.
Oh, that's worth it. That looks good.
The lighting sucks, but
so does the guy have enough room for his feet with that in there?
Yep. Yeah, actually, it comes real close to putting his feet right on the face of that.
Awesome.
Yep. Because by the time I put the dash in there, you can't tell that his feet are not touching the floorboard up front.
That's cool. Anyway, as long as I don't mind him being a little short. If they're too long, I can fix it, but it's nice if it's not.
Yeah, you might be able to see it now.
You like the size of that guy? What'd you end up printing him at?
See where his feet are at, bro?
Yep. What size do you print him at? Do you know?
The same that I did for my bug truck. I can tell you because I keep all that stuff,
Yeah.
Let me go back and see if I can find this.
I don't keep it and sometimes it's there in my software, and sometimes it's gone.
I'm looking right
Well,
now.
after I do a size thing and go back and look at it, it becomes a new 100. So I don't necessarily always
130,
get...
133,
Okay.
Ryan.
Okay.
I think you did yours at like 132 or 134, if I remember right.
My Chevy truck is 134. I don't remember what I did the guy though.
I think you were
My
like
guy's
134.
bigger, bro. I mean, it depends on the truck, right? So
yeah, for sure.
The Chevy, the guy needed to be bigger.
I could probably go a little bit bigger, but you know what? He's painted. He's done. I'm just going to go with it.
It's cool, man. Little kids drive trucks too.
Yeah, Francis, old time dash for sure. It's pretty plain, but it's cool.
It's filler, you know.
Yep. But I'm having fun with this truck, man. Other than the paint, it's been a pretty good build, really.
Well,
I'm just kind of curious.
I was telling you, like, looking at it, I'm like, gosh, man, I'm gonna have to finish my face off on this one even more. But I don't mind. I was glad to be able to get those facets handled. And I was telling you, I thought for sure I was going to end up in the infill. Nope, not yet. Like sanding so much, like knocking corners down. I thought I was going to end up in the infill.
Yeah,
I'm good.
But you didn't get there.
No, I don't
do what. Who was that? Was it Pete that was talking about doing that? He did his up to try and like cure his UV stuff or something, his resin, and he melted the side panel of the Blazer enough to be able to get the honeycomb to come through.
Oh, right. Yeah, with the heat gun or something.
Like a couple days prior to Beat the Creek.
Yeah.
Yep, it happens.
I suppose so.
Bro, check it out. Yeah, man. Our C3D Fab Factory.
There you go. Let's go.
Dude, when I figured out how to make those stencils, I was like, we're in trouble now because, man, I'm going to town. I can't wait to see what this Scout thing looks like when I get done.
Dude, that's going to make it, bro.
I mean, doesn't that look pretty good, bro?
Yes, it does.
And the standoff on it, that's going to be sweet.
So if you slice it, the back off, it's cursive, so it'll stay together, right?
Well, that's what I thought, but it's going to be two pieces. The SC and O are separate from the U and T. It's separate.
I see. Man, why not?
I guess I could probably actually connect those two together in Fusion, so that way it does stay together.
I mean, how is it on the real one? It can't be separate on the real badge.
No, it's probably not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can look right now because I still have those pictures up here on my phone. But regardless, I mean, I use the silk silver to print it out. It's gonna be, it's gonna be pretty close.
That looks so legit. And honestly, the badging, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but I wish I had it on more of it on the Chevy, on the Ford, on the Travel. All that stuff would make it.
Yep.
The Jeep.
For sure. And you know what? If this works, Ryan, we can do that for all these trucks. Honestly.
Where'd you get that file for it? Is it come with it?
Where did I get that? No, I didn't. I made that. I actually used a font that was on Fusion because it's
No
got. I
kidding.
mean, it's got all the fonts. When you do a text, it's got all the fonts like what our computers do. And so I found this one that kind of had it kind of represents the cursive part of that, and I just typed it out and
Sick.
did
The
that.
fonts on Tinkercad are limited.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's got the stencil font for when you do a stencil, so that everything all stays together in the center. Like
That's
how
nice.
like how the D is.
Yes.
See how it's got the center thing?
Nice.
So it's got,
I didn't have that when I did it.
yeah, so it has and I didn't realize it when I did the Fragile one. I just did it with just whatever font was on there, and then I watched a YouTube video, and this guy's like, "Oh, you need to, you know, put the stencil font on there to be able to keep everything together." I'm like, "Son of a buck!" So
Well, I
went and
made
found
mine. I tricked it, but it would have been nice to have it automatically done. When
Yep.
I made my stencils, I spent way too much time doing it because I dragged in a bunch of eyes and put them at a diagonal or whatever to connect those spaces so I wouldn't lose certain parts of it.
Yep. Dude, there's gonna I need to figure this out. There's probably somebody that's in this right now that's probably going, dude, you can connect those together so easy. But I need to take and just get a contoured line to bring the O and the U together, and then be able to just print that thing out and just glue it right onto the side of the truck.
That's what's up.
I'll get that done in short order. I thought
That
about it
looks
the other day when I
killer.
messed with it.
I think that looks so good.
Yeah, and up against the body, I think it's probably about the right size too. Maybe
It
be
looks
a
like
little
it
bit
is.
smaller. It could
Yeah,
be maybe a little bit smaller.
it goes on the like front quarter panels or something.
Yep. So I'll figure out how to connect these two together, and then I'll print these out, and I'll just give you a set of them, so you can just glue them right on and be done.
Yeah, because if I try to print it, it'll be half there.
Dude,
What's been interesting about this one on the scale is because it's not the same. We've cheated the length. There are some things when I'm printing it, I haven't done the length on, just the other dimensions.
That's odd.
Well, why would I need to on something like the wipers or the little auxiliary bits?
Small, yeah, wipers and stuff like that. Yeah, I thought you were talking about like bigger pieces, and I'm like,
and bumpers. In the bumpers, I didn't go fat on it or long. I just got the. We'll see if that's a problem or not.
That's like with my bumper. I actually went, the width or the the length of the vehicle. I made this, the same. So it was like whatever it was, 203.54 I used. Yeah. So I did 203.54 on the length of it, as it would sit on the back of the truck, and then I did the 171.9 by 171.9.
I'll probably have to print these again then. And my those wrap around the corner parts, I don't have them.
What?
I didn't get them.
Oh my gosh.
Such bullshit, bro.
Dude, you know what? What's the length of those two together? Because I'm grabbing my tape my tape, and I'm gonna tell you what mine is. If it's really close, I'm just gonna print this out for you, all one piece, and I'll
Well,
if
it should be 170 whatever. If you're
so
173, mine's 179.
so let's talk American logistics here for a
Mine's
minute.
170. Mine are 176.9 is the scale.
What the hell is that in American shit? Because
No,
I'm
no,
looking at
no.
my dude.
You
I'm
when
looking at dude. Get a tape measure and tell me what that is.
well, yeah, I'm just talking scale numbers.
Standard,
Your scale number is 171.9,
right?
and mine was 176.9.
Right.
So
So
that's all you got to do.
right there you go. Tape measure. I'm just under 13.
Mine's bigger than that. So mine's 13 and 3/8, otherwise known as 340 millimeters, basically. And that's should be the right dimension. And I had to print them in half.
Brother, let the K1 Max handle that for you. I'm just gonna print you one out. Hang on. I need to write down that information. I'm just gonna print you. I'm gonna print one out for you that's full size.
Just add 5 numbers. Just 5.
Oh, 5 millimeters. All right.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, or here's the question. Does that actually work the same when you're doing it in half? Did I get twice as much extra because I did it on both freaking halves?
No,
I bet
it
I
should
did.
be right.
I bet I
it should
did,
be right.
though.
No, you didn't, because if I'm just right at almost 13 inches, and you're at 13
and
3/8.
too, I would have scaled it before I cut it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But regardless, though, Ryan, but if you cut it,
you know what I'm
it wouldn't
saying?
matter.
It's weird.
It wouldn't matter. Even if you cut it, you still want to use the same scale numbers. It's like anything else, like the body. If you know, like we talked about, what was it, last week? You chunk it out, you got to use the same scale number.
What I'm saying is, if I cut it at 100, right, in half, and then I got one piece, it's in 2 pieces now, and I take one piece. It doesn't
matter. No, because if you use the scale value, it's going to make it correct.
Right. I get it. But if you did the actual measurements, you could screw yourself.
Yeah, then you'd be 26 or almost 27 inches.
Yeah, then you could screw yourself. I actually am really curious to hold on. I'm going to size this up on that body real quick. And honestly, I may be able to work with this one.
Nah, throw that thing in the garbage trash. I'm going to print you a new one because you need that bumper, how it wraps around. Put that one in the... Dude, you need to put that in the junkyard. The Fab Factory junkyard.
Yeah, dude, the boneyard.
You need to have, we both have junkyards going with crap.
Well, I got an extra tailgate too, which is going to really look nice on the wall of my Fab Factory.
Sweet. Yeah, and I still got the 2 front hood and fender pieces that you can have. Hey, Randy, what's going on? Francis is out scaring skunks. That's nice. Dude, don't get lit up by that skunk, man. You'll be taking a bath in tomato juice.
I just want to see this, man. Hold on a minute. Fab Factory.
Fab Factory.
So my print just got done that you'll never, ever, ever, ever guess what it was. I'll tell you in a minute.
Pull it off the bed and show us. Let's go.
I will. But first, we're going to look at the bumper on the Scout. I kind of want to see it on the chassis, but whatever. Oh, man, it's the perfect size. It just doesn't wrap around.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'll print one that's 5% bigger than what mine was, and it'll be one piece, and they'll have the wraparound. But here's the thing: what about the picture of the one you showed us last week? That snow, what was it? Snowstar? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Does it have the bumper that wraps around?
Well, here's the deal. It needs that because the way that tailgate sets in the back. Otherwise, you have to use some kind of filler. Like this bumper, I mean, with that big, stupid, tall spot,
right?
It's got to be there, bro.
No, I'm talking about but what about the wraparound on the bumper? Does the one that you're trying to, replicate, does it have that on it?
I don't even know. I'm just using what's on these files.
Gotcha. Because I'll print it for you.
Let me look at the one. Let me look at. I'm not even sure I ever saw the back of the one I'm trying to make, dude. And I'm not wrapped up about it. It's already not my grandpa's truck. It's just his paint scheme. It's not the same year, none of that stuff. So I'm cool with what this comes with. Let's see. Am I able to even see the bumper? Bro, it's the files. I mean, it is legit. It's just got to have the wraparound, but it's legit. The see it kind of.
Yep.
It's the files.
Right, I'll print it out for you. It'll be all one piece, and it'll have the wraparound.
But yeah, that if you don't do that, then you've got that big gap.
Yeah, underneath the tailgate you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. This section here.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Now, I gotta see this on the chassis. Hold on.
Yours will be all one piece, bro.
All right.
There won't be no gluing, no seaming, no fixing, no glue bonding, no tomato paste, no nothing.
All right,
Francis, where are you at in the country, man, that you're chasing deer and skunks and rabbits and chickens and squirrels and everything in between, bro?
I set the tire down on this 25-pound truck on the mouse.
Nice. You're lucky we're still moving live.
All right. I need to talk about computer-aided drafting. Sometimes what we do is painter's tape drafting as well.
Right. Dude, Gorilla Tape for the win.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a little weird. I had to do my tailgate separate. Bro, this thing's going to look good. It's another big one, dude.
Yep.
Let me see do I get bigger in solo? No. Not really. I can't get far enough away to show it, but
that's
arches work out.
Dude, don't ever estimate my math, bro. It's perfect. That's
going to be killer.
The arches are perfect, and I love this. I love this design because we don't have to worry about doing anything to the arches. I do really like that.
bro, this one and the other international, I honestly don't have to do mess with that on these, which is a new for me, a first.
So why is that? Because it's two different creators, two
Well,
different
it's also how
designers.
big we've made them really big and wide, Kelly, and partly that has
Yeah, but
prevented the
okay,
necessity.
but why is it we're messing with arches on everything else? I mean, it's still scale, right?
Well, because the other things we're making aren't as wide, I don't think, as these.
Yeah, they are.
No way. Mock it up a little bit, dude.
Are you trying to throw your bumper on there?
Tailgating the bumper. Yeah, you got to see it, man. It just looks so cool.
Bro, all right, now you got me like I'm gonna jump off camera here because now I'm gonna tape my bumper onto mine because it looks slick.
You're right, though. The front bumper, I don't even know what to think about it. I couldn't tell what even the file was.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I hate mocking these things up. Everything just falls apart when you do it.
I love it.
But
I love
I should
seeing it.
just say forget about making the paint look good and just put this damn thing together tonight and be done with it
Well,
and
I
drive
could
it
just
tomorrow.
glue this in, but I haven't yet.
Son of a
I mean, I
buck.
put the Bondo on last night,
Nice.
late. I guess I should say this morning.
Oh, there we
I'm
go.
ridiculous.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Look at this coming at you. Check it.
Yeah.
Check it, bro.
I love it. I like it.
5%.
Yeah, 5 scale points, bro. 170, whatever I said.
I almost want to just leave this show for 10 minutes and come back and start printing it so it's done by midnight.
Don't worry about it, bro.
Hey, so we're going, you said we're going over to Kirk's, is that right?
Yeah.
Friday?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to do that.
My people are gone this weekend, and so it's easy for me to. Normally, I wouldn't, but I'm jonesing to get out again, though.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Friday night probably I'm gonna pass because that's a pretty nice night to just kind of just chill. Randy's asking, is yours a Scout too? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the unofficial build off.
So Ryan obviously is doing the whole entire package with the roof. I'm obviously going bikini top. I'm going to put, I'm actually going to do some trickery on adding a roll bar to mine. Let's see if I can find one of these pictures.
Oh yeah, find it.
There's one. Let's see.
This is gonna fall off, bro, without a doubt.
Dude, I'll tell you what. This dude actually made this Scout where he could take the doors off of it. He's got some pictures on here without the doors on it, and I kind of wish I would have just done that. There's a picture of the one I'm doing, guys.
So sick. That's nice.
So I'm gonna take and do the roof rack and all of it. Yep. Why
this
not?
bullshit tape
But
job.
bro, look at that. This dude, look at that picture, bro. He's got the doors off of it. It looks good.
Yeah, but with the doors off, you're going to see under your seat and see the transmission of the toy.
True.
And that's the thing too, man. It's like I see some guys asking about doors and hinges and everything, and I'm like, that's cool. But we like to thrash ours. Like we go super scale, but we're able to do it. You know what I mean? Like beat on them.
Absolutely.
All right. It
Yep.
just doesn't fall off.
You're right, Randy. A scout off. It is a scout off.
Look at that.
You know, that actually looks pretty good, even with the bumper not rounded up along the body. Honestly,
Man, I can fab it if I have to.
No, don't do that. I'll print yours off for you. Don't do that.
Some bitch. The bumper the tape gave up. I'm gonna have to do some beef on the back here inside, but I'm starting to get an idea how this is gonna, bro. This is gonna mount pretty slick.
Thanks, Jeff, in Lower Alabama. Appreciate it.
All it's coming along is make it where one window will come out and I can still do my bolt method. And man, the way I did the front of the Chevy, I may just do body pins, bro. I may make a thing like the stock Wrangler, so to speak, that beefs up and connects all this bullshit in the back that's fiddly now. Because think about it, bro. My tailgate, I have to glue in. The bumper has to glue. There's nothing really to mount to. So if I make my piece, that's also the mount for the body to the chassis, this gets really solid back here. And bro, look at the departure angle compared to the travel all. It's going to be great. I mean, this thing slid up forward too much, but this is more like it right here.
Why don't you do my trick on that one and just put the L brackets on it and go right into the threaded holes?
I don't like that.
On the chassis rails.
I don't like it.
Dude, why not?
Because I can beat the shit out of mine, and I feel like I drive out of the woods in better shape. But dude, it's so easy. Like, I've got to figure out how to mount it anyway. I don't want to gain any height for some L bracket shit. And in my the L bracket's fine. But I don't want it. I'll do like I have been doing. My Chevy's on there good. Everything's on pretty solid on my stuff. And still real easy to get undone. The only reason I would hinge it is for easy battery situation. But 4 body clips is not the end of the world, bro. Especially on this body with a thinner roof. I'm not going to want to roll it over or flip it upside down anyway.
Right.
So
with your bolts in the back, just would your hand fit inside the back window there?
Not the back one, but the side one, it does. But
yeah,
I already know I'll do the body. I'll create a thing and body post it and pin it.
Do it up. Well, you know what? Cool. Because build off is different.
And I can still do my bolts, bro. But they'll be fixed. And then the nuts are on the outside. I could wing nut them and avoid it. Let my pins, if I 3D print the pins, they're more alignment, less structure. So I'll have them, but I'll still be bolts. But this is a different chassis. This one never had holes in the cross member like the Ford and the Chevy. The Ford and the Chevy mount the exact same way.
Gotcha. Yep.
This
I
one,
understand.
you stock body pin on the Travelall anyhow.
Gotcha. Yeah, I completely spaced that.
But it's
Makes sense.
whatever it takes, man. We've at this point
Oh,
skinned this cat a couple times now,
yep.
and every time it's, you know, works out.
Yep.
So I think I know exactly.
Randy's he's into the crawling thing now. Just got
Nice.
into crawling. It's awesome.
Sweet.
It's just another facet of the model, modeling RC stuff. Love it. I got 36 airplanes upstairs, and now I got all these damn cars, and I can only
never
fly one at a
planned on
time or drive one at a time.
If you told me I would be crawling a couple years back, I'd have laughed in your face.
You and me both.
I'd have laughed in your face. And now I can't get enough. I tell you what, I'm not sure I'd still be into it as much if we weren't making them, though. There's something about making them has been awesome. But
dude, it's
the
just
RCR life
cool
is fantastic as well.
It is. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, this is something different. It's cool. And it's a reflection of you, it's what you do. I love
It's
it.
art, bro. You can't tell me it's not art, man.
It is.
And when you look at these lines on the back of this son of a bitch right now, around the back window. There you go. Yep. Look at those stinking lines around the back window.
Yep, time to fill those.
They'll be gone, bro. All that facet stuff that pissed me off, it's already mostly gone.
Bro, your tailgate looks phenomenal. Way better than mine.
I didn't have to pick out the letters, G.
Did you print that laying flat on the bed?
Yeah, because it was separate.
Dude, come on.
Right?
Yeah, yours looks way better than mine.
Mine looks like garbage. That's dude, why I wasn't mad about it being separate, dude.
Bro, I'm gonna take mine and throw it in the trash. Mine's garbage trash. I'm gonna start over.
Hey, look at my the way I beefed up the.
Look at my crap, dude.
It looks fine.
It's garbage compared to yours.
It's not. Look at the.
I got a seam down the middle of mine.
Rock rail.
You don't.
Area.
Oh yeah. Yep. I need to throw myself in the hospital for 24 hours and steal.
And you remember how mine were so thin you could see through them?
Yeah, mine's the same way, bro.
Not now. Look on the outside.
Yeah. One of mine cracked the other day when I was out here spray painting crap.
I'm not surprised.
Like I said, I'm gonna admit myself to the hospital for 24 hours. So I can steal a couple rolls of that crap. Looks good, man.
That'll be. This hadn't even been sanded yet,
dude. These are gonna look good together, man. Out on the trail. Yeah,
I'm pumped about it. I really like the internationals.
That's why I went with the yellow shirt on Matty Cake, because I wanted to contrast and with your truck, bro. Look at this little fella. He's got a yellow shirt on.
Nice.
Gray pants.
Kind of pale, little.
Dude, it's so hard to.
Here's my trick on skin. I've kind of figured it out. Do you know my guy in the Chevy looks good? I'm not going to pick up the truck. Go watch the video. But I added more red than you would think you need.
Do you airbrush that? You know what? That's what I need to do. I should use my airbrush.
Well, I just keep mixing until I get the color right, dude. I do multiple coats.
So do you?
I'm brushing
hold on. Oh, you're brushing them? Dude, no. Dude, I painted this turkey right here in like 2 minutes.
Chef's kiss, bro. I can cut a
Dude,
line, dog, with a brush.
I can too when I'm painting in the house, but when it comes to this, nope. It's blue tape and spray
You
paint.
can do it. You can do it. And here's the
Blue
deal: if if it messes up, do it again. No big deal.
Yeah. No, I'm whatever color he is. You know what? Let's face it. Matt's up in Canada, so
So
they don't
maybe
get a
that
lot.
pasty,
They
that
don't get a
pasty,
lot. They don't get a lot of sun up there. So,
that
dude,
pasty color.
he's going pasty white, man.
He looks like you need to give him a trash can.
What, you want me to put like a Borden sticker on him somewhere?
All
Borden
right,
Wasteway?
you're never gonna guess.
It's something for the Fab Factory.
I don't know if I like it, but I got it for free, and so I and then I made it as big as I could and printed it.
What picture frame?
It's the windows to the factory, dog.
Dude, how big is this thing gonna be?
Oh,
You sent me a picture of it the other day, and I'm like, dude, why didn't you just put a garage door in, like a full size one?
I've damn near about got one.
It's pretty much what it is.
My garage door that's in this thing now is 42 inches wide and 33 inches tall.
What? And what's the family got to say about this?
Man, it's my house. Cool.
That's funny.
It's my
Catch y'all
house.
later. Randy, take care. Good to see you. Thanks for
Later.
coming in and stopping in and hanging out with us.
So what's cool is I decided to go old school factory. I'll show you guys the corner in a minute. It's not even close. But old school factory plaster walls is kind of what I'm going for, because you know why? It's flat, it's easy. And
Yep.
I already have a ton of sheets, 2 or 3 sheets of 4x8 3/4 construction foam. So these things are along my whole sunroom is windows except this one wall behind me, bro. It's all windows, 3 sides. These are getting cut in to the foam as fake windows that will actually let in real light.
Nice.
Yeah.
So then are you planning on doing the live show with that as your backdrop, or what are you doing here?
If it gets done enough and stuff, I'll turn the table maybe. But Fab Factory, I mean, hello. So I'm planning on making one. Let me kick this camera over real quick.
Yeah, let's see it. Nice.
So it's nowhere close. All right.
But
You can see me, right? Kinda.
Yeah.
This will come over to here at least.
Yep.
Which is like 8 foot to the corner, 4 foot tall. Those windows. I don't know if this is the right size yet. I just pulled this off the printer. But I was thinking like 2 of them or 4 of them. Anyway.
I would do 2 of them at least.
Something, man. I don't know. Whatever aesthetically works. I'm legit going to do the math. The garage door is huge. It's right here. This is leftover. We ordered a bed in a box, right? And it came screwed up. Well, they sent us another one. This is the headboard and footboard for Junior's first bed that came in the box that was garbage.
Gotcha.
And I repurposed it and stuff. So the garage door is here. So I'm sitting on a corner. There'll be a bigger floor. And then around the garage door will be more of this, right? Coming over out of the shop. And then I'm going to put a walk-through door in it, everything. And then, yeah, like I said, I don't know if these are right yet. Actually, that's more appropriate, having another one next to it, right?
Yep.
Like, so 2 of them here, 2 of them over there. I don't know if I'll go down. I may go actually down again as well. And I'm trying to emulate an old 100-year-old, old school building. And then I'll 3D print a bunch of garage stuff. So we've seen dioramas where guys have done this with tent scale. I'm basically making this one huge, bro. Stick scale style.
Brother, you know what would look good in there, man? If you're trying to do like an old garage, is that fake brick paneling crap. That's what you need for in there.
Yeah, but it's too big.
Fred Barron RC is in the house. What's happening, Fred?
Here's why plaster works, bro. Because I'm a mud man, bro. I can spread joint compound like a boss. And so I'm going to float that, skim coat it, and wash out patina the walls, bro. Old school. And there might even be a couple spots where the plaster's falling off and I fake a few bricks. But I'm just going to fake a few bricks.
No, that's cool. That'll look good, man. For sure.
Bro, I'm already enough to do it. And it'll be sick.
Dude, I've been tempted to I've now more so than ever is to take these 3 windows out over here on the riverside, get rid of them, and put a glass garage door in so I can open it up when I have little get-togethers.
That would be sick. I mean, I'm going so far. I'm going to put, because that garage door, it's 2 huge panels. I'm going to cut stock to fit in between them.
Yep.
The way a real door would hinge.
Yep.
And print off fake hinges and the whole thing, I think.
Dude, let me know if you need seals for that in between.
I do want fake seals along the side at the jam.
Yep.
I'm ridiculous. And so I'm going to do it, bro. And once I float that out and carry it over and it's all old school looking color, it's going to be kind of big. But the goal is, here's the deal. All these pictures of the progress throughout the week on social media, my desk is a hot piece of trash. It always will be, because this is where it happens.
Yep.
But over there, man, during the week, update social media. If I want to sell something or present something, and it's the RC3D Fab Factory, bro, why not make a factory instead of a garage?
There's what my counter looked like before we started this show tonight.
Oh, that's nothing. That's clean.
Well, yeah, but it's kitchen counter, though.
That's why it's clean. Otherwise, it'd pile up.
Yeah, I can't let that happen. But
so the Traxxas Land Rover's for sale, and so is my fully built Gen 8 Scout from Red Cat.
Is that the one you got all the brass on that Scout?
All the brass, bro. All the brass, the light kit, Spectrum brushless, Spectrum ESC, and the light kit, deep dish bead locks, Patagonias, Desert Lizard shocks. That thing's a great rig. It's got portal axles, which I've been staying away from a little bit lately. I might even sell my Phoenix.
Wow, man. I can't believe you just said that.
I'm not running it.
Everything 110 scale has to go.
No, not everything. Just some. Dude, my Willie's wagon, 3D print Fab Rats.
Yeah, going.
I'd sell it. My FJ55. I want to make a video on it, but I'd sell it. Kit
Dude,
built,
I wish I could walk with this camera and this computer right now into my other room and show you the baker's rack and what's going on there. I kid you not, a couple weeks ago, Bree walked in there and she was like, babe, you got a serious problem.
Hey, that reminds me, there's a swap meet in Rochester in July. I should tag you in the post.
Swap meet for what, cars or what?
Crawlers, like RC stuff. Yeah.
Oh, dude, let's load up and go.
They have places to run there too.
I say, you know what? I'll take all my SCX6 bodies. I'll sell every one of them.
That's what I mean.
Sell them all. Start all
I would
over.
actually try to sell the Chevy if I had another one built. I don't want to sell mine.
No, I get it. These big bodies are like my little babies, man. I love them. I guess
I just don't want to. If I sell it, then I don't have it.
Well,
but if I had two, I'd sell one.
It's all the time and the effort and the work that we've got in these things that, you know, I don't want to get rid of these big bodies. Really.
If somebody would save a lot of money by waiting on me to make a second one than me selling the first one.
Yep.
I'm saying, because something about the first one, bro. Not even the first one, but the first Chevy, the first Ford, not the first one in general, but just the first one of that. I'd make another Chevy all day long. Those are neat. And I'm coming fresh off of that too.
Dude, I would do Land Rovers all day long. That body is the easiest thing to put together, and it's super easy to paint. It's a quick couple coats and you're done.
The finish work is like nothing.
Yeah, super easy. Land Rovers.
I still need those. I still want to do that. I think we talked about that. I still want to do one of those. Because I haven't done a big one. I've just done the little one, but I didn't print it. I just built it. I might even sell that. And that's,
you know what?
A base camp built kit with a ton of boom racing parts on it.
I am going to put.
I did all the bumpers.
I'm gonna put those files, bro. I'm gonna put that whole entire Land Rover file on a little jump drive, and I'm gonna give it. Kirk's gonna come here tomorrow. I'm gonna give it to him to give to you. And that way, then you got the Land Rover files. You can print that stuff out.
And is it the same size, or you made it a little tiny bit bigger since the original, didn't you?
I have not printed one since I figured out how to do the actual scale. It was like 2.5% or 3% or 4% bigger. It's about. You'll be the crash test dummy on it.
Okay.
But it's right. I mean, what you got with the Scout and how I figured that out, that's what I did on the Land Rover on the
yeah, I'd like to make one of those. And in my mind, I feel like maybe the number one of that one I wouldn't feel so bad about getting rid of, but I want to test it out. And I always wanted one too, but I got some box backs already. I'm kind of cool.
Right.
With the Scout and the Travelall.
Yep. So the original big SCX6 that I did was 148%. And the true scale that I got off of my mesh mix system was 154%.
Ooh.
So, and that's about exactly where it needed to be.
That's the one I want.
148 to 154.
That's what I want, 154. And that's a 495er wheelbase. Depends which side of the truck you measure.
Right. Yeah, that was on mine. 495.3. Yep. At 19.5 inches on one side. But mine is actually the same on both because I've made them that way.
They are like diplomas.
So what you need to do is do a scale on an angle You make one side of it lopsided.
Oh gosh.
So that way, then your wheelbase, your wheel wells, and everything all match up on both sides, no matter which way you look at it. Because if you do it one way or the other, you're not going to be the same, right?
Well, I mean, I'm not now, and it's fine.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I mean?
sure. Yeah. But you should change that and make them the same.
Yeah, I don't get that actually.
Have you talked to Pete at all? That dude is like, I don't know where he's
No,
hiding at.
nope.
Yeah, you're right, Francis. They're kids for sure, man. Good times.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's about all I got, brother. Other than just me over here learning how to use that Fusion program. It's actually, once you get started on it and learn the hotkeys and the shortcuts, like you can hit E for extrude. You don't have to go hit buttons and find it or anywhere. D for dimension, like W for for your construction lines. Dude, once you start getting the base foundation of that, dude, it's really pretty easy to use. But it's a lot of backwards thinking. I've never ran AutoCAD before, but you have to think about everything backwards. Like if you're going to do something, if you're going to do like the whole roll cage and the piping, for instance, like, Harley did that a couple weeks ago and showed how to do that. You have to build a rectangle box in order to create like a piping that's going to basically be like a roll bar.
It's the constraints.
It's
Right?
it's creating the sphere that you're going to connect the dots in between to make this thing. That's the hard part for me to get past, is there's a lot of work involved in trying to get where you want to
I've
go.
had a hell of a time every time I've tried to mess with it.
But once you start figuring it out, it's I'm doing simple stuff, but that's all I really need to do. I don't need to do all the intensive stuff.
Exactly. I would
But
like it to get more precise with the stuff I am making.
yep. Like I want to just do stuff like this, cool little stuff like this that that I can print out and just go, yeah, I made that. I threw that on there.
Yes.
Small stuff. These stencils, dude, I was on cloud 9 to be able to make these stencils. And then I was messing, like I said, with my capability of, okay, I need a radius on this bottom, I need a chamfer on the top, and that, dude, that took me literally like 3 minutes to design this thing.
Yeah.
Literally. And it works. So I prefer vector segments, curve radius, hand drafting best. Yeah, for sure. No doubt. And I still find myself writing down on a piece of paper with a pen, like, okay, this needs to be this needs to be this dimension. This, a lot of guys will sit down and just do it with calipers. I do the caliper thing and write it down and draw it out on a piece of paper, and then I take that and go to the computer and start, kind of designing the small crap that I am capable of doing right
That's
now.
exactly what I did with the front mount on the Chevy.
Like this thing, screw this, dude. I still, one of these days, Ryan, I'm gonna show up out at a crawling event with us guys, and I'm gonna grab my 3D scanner out and I'm gonna scan everybody's like head. We're doing. We need to have our own selves driving these trucks.
That's no doubt.
I'm tired of letting Matt drive all my shit.
Yeah. It was funny on the CJ7. I it ended up working out using Richard Dreyfuss's head, but it's Matt.
Yeah. Yep.
And-
Sound like you were designed by Pong.
And that was, I was still afraid to paint the body at that. I mean, he's all still gray except his head. I didn't even paint that interior or the body on that one. And then I figured I better.
Right.
So I started painting them on that one. I think, well, I whipped together a dude in there real quick and he looks like garbage. And then this guy, they keep looking better. This guy looks all right. And then my other guys are starting to look good now. I like the way the Chevy guy turned out. I surprised how much red it took to make it look like skin. But I mean, I'm right here, so I just match it up next to me.
Did you put red with white, or what did you do?
Bro, it's reds and yellows and browns and white.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm
Yeah,
hand mixing. I got a whole bunch of little bottles of paint.
Yeah, I'm not going to that extent.
Buy the cheap whatever airbrush paints and I brush them.
I got those downstairs. Yep, for my airbrush. Yep,
I'm brushing them. I mean, I'll airbrush them too when it makes sense. Like that's the first airbrush patina I did on that Tremors.
Did you put a clear coat on that or no?
No. There's nothing on that.
Because when I was airbrushing
underneath it all, there is, yeah.
When I used my airbrush, and before I got into this freaking surface shit, and I was busy, scratching my head trying to figure out what all I could weather that I've got upstairs with wings on it. Like the first one I did was the what the hell was that? Was it did FMS have a 1450? They did 1450 millimeter 51. Okay, so I had that. That was the first thing that I weathered. But then, like a few weeks later, I'd grab a hold of it, and the damn paint would come off on your hands.
Oh.
So then I weathered my air tractor. I weathered my A10. But I gotta be careful where I pick them damn things up at, because then I'll have the black paint from doing the airbrush.
I gotcha. Yeah, you may want to then.
So
clear coat them.
Yeah. And use like a satin clear coat.
You don't tell me twice.
Yeah, I'm almost there with you, brother, because this high gloss shit is for
satin and flat, bro. I'm matte and flat and satin is what up.
I'm about ready to be satin sassy, because this high gloss crap is for the birds on these things. I'm about done with it.
It's interesting, man. Like my red Travelall was that red paint I had was gloss, but then I matte clear over it, and it gives it a crazy depth. It's weird. It's like it's shiny underneath.
Right.
If that makes any kind of sense at all.
Yep,
What's up,
sure
Ty?
does. Ty, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man. So we're 2 hours almost. I think 7 minutes we'll cut it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, man. Printing off windows, working on the garage factory. Scouts. Yeah, dude. I'll take that bumper. 170
dude, I'm gonna write that down. 176?
176.9.
All right. Yep, I will it'll be done tomorrow. I'll give it to Kirk.
And I'm 208.35 the other way.
Dude, I gotta write this down. 208.35. Is that what you said? 208.35?
Yep.
All right. Got it. Easy peasy. I'll do it. I'll set it up and run it probably tonight. And then I'll give it to Kurt when he comes here tomorrow to grab his.
That'll be nice. I did get lucky and was able to get this. I think that's going to work good for me, is the Travelall bumper on the front. You know what I mean? I think that's going to work.
Yeah, for sure.
It's old school. It's simple. but the stuff that was in the files just seemed really weak, like thin, like nothing there. And the Travelall bumper's substantial, man.
You know what? You use what works. You know what I'm saying?
And you
That's
reuse
what it's
what
about.
works. My Tremors truck bumpers are part of the front clip, and my Ford front bumper is part of the front clip. They were never separate. So I only have the International, really, Travelall, and the Chevy bumper is not going to work because it's so unique. You know?
Yep. I got
I mean,
you.
the Ford rear bumper would work. Nice.
Dude, I was sitting here picking at that, listening to you talk. I just literally, dude, this damn thing is now clean. That's where it was at. See where the lettering was at?
Yes.
Dude, all I did is just picked them right off of there, the letters.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'll make
that
this
looks
work.
That's gonna send these, bro, over the top to me. Those little badges. You know, my Land Rover, I bought all the metal badges from Boom Racing and their metal bumpers. You know, I spent so much on that thing, it might as well have been a Boom Racing kit. But I just wanted to go. I just wanted to see. I just wanted to do it. And so that's a nice rig.
Oh, for sure.
So
and
the
Boom
Willys.
Racing stuff, the Boom Racing stuff is dynamite.
But what we ended up building, I mean, on the base camp, it ends up being a hybrid axial and Boom Racing.
Yep.
3D printed kit. And it's got lights. It's got 2-in-1 brushless.
Yep. The only thing it doesn't have is leaf springs on the back. You know, it's just
it. And I did cover up those in that one. I made a fake floor or whatever. And I'm just not running it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Well, like I said, I gave that other Land Rover body to Pete, and he's like, "It's a shelf going." I'm like, "Hell no! Get that thing out and get it dirty, bro.
Beat it up, man."
That's what we did.
There's some of these I still want to make a dedicated video for. Like, I don't feel like I ever really did on that Rover. I didn't on the FJ55. What else? I kind of did one on the CJ7. I kind of did one on the FMS. I didn't really ever do one on the Phoenix. You know?
Well, you need to do it before you sell any of them. You know?
Yeah.
Just get them done. But I'm in for that swap meet in Rochester.
I am too, man. I need to recoup.
Yep. I'd probably sell pretty much everything and anything 1/10 scale at this point. I don't mess with them.
I need to I need to 3D print myself off so I can keep making trucks while I'm
at work. That's why I'm saying, man, we need to get a scanner. Need a 3D scanner.
I want to make that little Chevy too. I already printed it off.
Oh, the 1/10?
Yeah.
You know, that actually looked really appealing to me, the 1/10 size.
On leaf spring. I'm going to leaf spring it. I'm going to leaf spring it, and those little Boom Racing 3.98 wheels that are on my Rover.
Yep. Put them on.
You know where they're going on the Chevy, dude.
You going to put that on a Gemini chassis?
Yep. The Chevy will be, yes. And that means I shouldn't need to cut the floor out of the bed.
Exactly. You won't
have to. Even though I already did. But when I do my wood bed in it, it'll be all the way.
Yep.
Except for the battery box.
Yep.
But Francis, if I cram in some 4.19s on that Land Rover, it'll be fine that way. And then I can use those 3.98s on the Chevy, bro. It'll be super scale on the little one.
Oh yeah, you slam that thing down. Because
Well,
that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm gonna do with that little bug truck, that 1/10 scale that's sitting on the Jimny chassis right now.
I'm thinking with the 398s, I won't have to cut the arches at all. I'll be able to keep the scale fenders.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you remember that small little bug truck that I did? I haven't done anything with it, but that actually looks really good with those the actual Jimny tires on it.
Nice.
It actually
I
fits
like
pretty
those
well.
tires. I like those tires. They're just too big. I have a few sets of them now. And I've got 3 brand new Jimny bodies that I can let go at a swap meet as well.
Dude, strip those things and
I'm gonna sell them. I've already stripped 2.
Dude, that thing is the ugliest damn body I've ever.
Dude, I've had 5. I've stripped 2, and I got 3 complete.
It's crazy. That's crazy. Actually, that bug truck, the other one, I got it sitting right in here. Whether or not I can actually like pick it up and it stay together is another thing. Yeah, man. See this, bro? These tires actually will fit.
You think?
Yeah. Like when it's sitting, yeah. I gotta lower it down a little bit, but it'll be fine.
Nice.
Bro, look. See what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. They look big to me.
But you know, there's some VWs out there that have big tires on them like that.
I like those tires. I want to figure out something to use them for. I thought I would be able to use them on that Unimog, but they don't quite work. And I forget why. I think it's because I think if I extended the axles, they'd be okay. But they sit in a little too far the way it is. But that's an easy fix.
I think those tires would look pretty cool as like in duals.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do is come up with some dually hubs.
An old school stake side, bro. With 2 of those on the back.
Yep. Absolutely.
4. Old school dually.
We need to do something like that, something different. Be kind of cool.
Yeah, Boss is why I printed off that little Chevy. He was acting hot to trot on it. I haven't he had to get some other projects done first. I haven't heard from him, but I hope he still wants it, but I'm gonna make it anyway.
Bro, if not, put
Someday.
it together, throw some paint on it, take it to that swap meet and sell it.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Why not?
FMS power system and everything.
Yeah. Yep.
Because like I was saying the other day, the Golden Nugget, it's super close, but I'm not super wild about it.
Yeah, it's a 1/10 scale, right? No, that's bigger than 1/10, isn't it?
Well,
technically, isn't it more the size of the FJ40?
Yeah, I mean it's the Jimny, which they say it's 1/6, but it's just slightly bigger wheelbase than 1/10.
Yeah,
slightly bigger.
Yep, gone. Gone.
Honestly, I'd sell the little Travelall once I can make a video on it.
Yep,
that thing's dope.
But I don't want to mess with them, the small ones anymore, bro. I don't want any part of it.
Dude, you know what my thing is with them? They're okay if they're slow. But once you put any speed on them, They're just, and so,
do it for me.
I mean, that little travel all flexes out pretty good if it's slow. I mean, and that's how you're going to crawl anyway. But man,
Right.
these big ones just ride so good, slow and fast.
Yep.
It's hard to beat them.
Yep. I like them so much that I want to sell everything 110 scale and have one more big chassis. Why? I don't know. I can't drive them both at the same time. I can let my buddies drive them and beat the piss out of them, like what happened a month and a half
it's
ago.
nice when you get one done, like a fresh project. You get a fresh project done. It's nice to leave it on so you can run it. Like
Yeah,
I'm going back and forth, right? Like I got done with the Chevy finally, and it's the shorter wheelbase version I've got, just because the links.
Yep.
And so I didn't want to undo it. And the Chevy and the Ford use the same chassis, which is why the Ford's off. But the Chevy's staying on because I've only run it one time. And so I'm like, the Travelall's got some video. I've run it a few times. It's the new Honcho chassis. So it's got less mileage. Bro, my old one is, it's been run a lot since those 6s were new. And it's
how long have them been on the market? 4 years?
Something like that. Go look at me and Bobby's first video. We put them out when they were new.
And you really haven't done anything to that chassis, right? Number one?
The 6?
Other than the servo, right?
The servo is it. And this Honcho's nothing been done to it.
And you have beat the living shit out of that first one. I mean, I've seen you beat the living snot out of it. Dude, there you go. Ty's asking, do you have any planes or transmitters for sale?
I don't have any transmitters. I probably have planes. They're a pain in the butt to ship.
Yeah.
But I'll let you know what I got. I need to make a list. I need to make some videos, and then I'll have even more to get rid of. But man, I don't want to box it up, dude. You know what I mean?
Dude, I did that with an airplane. What was it? That EC what was it? EC
1500.
The 1500. Yeah.
If you still have the box, it's fine. If you still have the carton, fine. But if you have to make your own box and pack it, sucks.
Dude, there was a guy upriver that had one that he was going to throw it in the trash. He was done with it. And didn't have the electronics and everything. And I'm like, dude, let me take this thing. So I brought it here, and he had crashed a couple times. I kind of put it back together. And then there was a guy in I don't know, Oregon somewhere, Washington State, that reached out to me because I threw it on Facebook Marketplace. And he reached out to me. He's like, I need a fuselage. I'm like, well, I've got a fuselage. The wings have been broke, a couple times. All electronics are here. I was like, dude, you know what? You pay for shipping. I will figure out how to box this damn thing up, and I'll ship it to you, sell it to you for $100. And that's what I did. And I think he's still flying it to this day.
I've done it. I've done it a lot.
But it took me 3.5 hours to make a custom freaking box for it, to be able to get it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
In the butt.
That's the thing. And every time I've done it, it's been the same. It's nice I used to keep the cartons, the boxes, and that made it easy. And back then, shipping was like $20.
Dude, you'd have to have a 3D Fab Factory shop to keep everything in.
Yeah. So when the swap meet does happen around here, I'm able to move stuff, and I don't have to take them apart or nothing.
Right. Yep. Is
So
that the pot of gold?
I quit keeping the boxes a long time ago.
Is that the Pot of Gold show you're talking about?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's at the fairgrounds, isn't it now?
Yes.
Dude,
Yep.
brother, you know what? When you decide you're going to do that, I'll go in with you on some tables because I want to take some of my stuff and get rid of it too.
Yeah, man.
I don't need all these airplanes, man. They're sitting around just collecting dust, getting old. They need to go.
I usually do pretty good at that. And, it's like a mortgage.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what I do with it.
I get it. 100%. Hey, so Ty is gluing his airplane together. Is this the 3D printed airplane that you're gluing
Yeah, I
together?
think it's a wing.
And bro, what's up with that air PLA? What is that about? I saw his like short the other day, and it was like air PLA.
I think it foams. So there's air in it, which keeps it light.
Dude, I've never heard of that. I've been 3D printing my ass off for over almost a year now, and this guy just got started, and he's rocking it.
I think it's relatively new. I've talked to other
PLA.
guys that do planes, and they're like,
Air.
the air PLA is fine for sure. But they were telling me about wall thicknesses and stuff. You can shave weight down with regular if you had to. But I'd like to see what that stuff looks like. The air PLA
Pre-foamed PLA, low density, lightweight PLA, cardboard spool. Yeah, $28 for a roll. Dude, bro, look at that.
For planes, it'd be great.
Yeah, it's actually got a little glider thing sitting next to it there. How's that stuff work for you, Ty? You know what? We should use this for making these bodies. Make them super lightweight.
I suppose you could.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
My thing is, I want to know how it finishes.
Right? Come on, Ty. I know what you're doing. You're standing there holding parts together, and you can't talk to us. He can't type because he's holding.
That's true.
Together. That's exactly what's going on.
That's totally what's going on.
Come on, Ty. Let's go. We need an answer now.
Right now. I even thought about selling the discontinued hard to get Bronco, bro.
Really? Yeah. Well,
sticky fingers.
Lightweight airplane PLA.
That swap meet, that's where it's at, though, dude.
Yeah.
Because, dude, you got to discount this stuff a lot to move it. And then if you're soaking up the shipping, too, it's like, why bother?
Well, and trying to find a box like, you know, what I just said. It took me 3.5 hours to make the box for that EC 1500. It was a pain in the ass.
And you're like, I'll never do it again, right?
Exactly. That's exactly. I was looking around the house for everything and anything.
And then some a-hole finally gets it and tells you it's messed up from shipping and you're refunding some of the money.
Right. Yep. Dude, I remember as a kid going with my dad and my uncle over to the Pot of Gold show when it was at Notre Dame.
Oh, wow.
Years ago. And
I remember when it was at the bowling alley or bingo hall on
4th Street? No.
12th.
12th Street. I didn't know it was there.
Yeah, right over here by me, bro.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. It's just I need to be a part of that with you this year because I just got a lot of stuff I need to get rid of too.
It's nice coming with a carload or a couple carloads. I used to come with a load and go get another one.
I'm sure when you're doing all the, all the releases and stuff, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's not like that anymore. So like one carload does it.
Right. Like when Brian showed off his basement back a year or so ago, I was blown away by everything he's got down in that basement. I mean, his basement's like consumed with.
He didn't really get rid of
stuff.
stuff.
That's crazy. I do like that new the Avion PBY. That looks like a pretty good.
What's the size? Like 2 meter or something?
Yeah, it's like 2 or 2.1.
Yeah, that's probably awesome.
He had the what do you call it? The directional thrust set up on his with the reverse. Dude, that thing maneuvered so nice on the water.
I bet, and being big.
And it's got the fold up landing gear, the aqua gear
those
out on the wings.
Outboard floats retract like they're supposed to.
Yep. Cracked a piece trying to remove it from the plate. It would probably break first. Oh, yeah. Sounds like it's pretty weak. Makes sense. It would be fun to have a roll of that and play around with it, though, to see what.
Well,
what
and if the file you're printing was designed around regular PLA,
right,
you might be able to tweak the wall thickness to strengthen it for this new stuff because it can handle it weight wise.
Right. But like that GB that I printed out, I would not want to do that with that air material.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it would be by what Ty is just saying. I don't think it'd be strong enough for it.
What if you doubled it or increase the wall thickness though and stuff?
Maybe. I don't know. But the thing's not that heavy as it sits. So, because it's all pretty thin.
So the thinner the PLA is, the more I think the sun's going to affect it.
So the wings I printed the wings out in black PLA, and it was sitting upstairs in one of my spare bedrooms all last summer, and it's the PLA kind of like it definitely warped it a little bit, not to the point that it warped it to where it would fly weird, but it just kind of gave it a little bit of a waviness on the surface.
Yes, in between the structure.
Yeah, and it's not. It wouldn't have. I said it wouldn't affect it flying. I don't think, but it definitely it's thin. It was on the wings because everything on that thing's hollow.
Right, and really thin.
Yep. And being black, and then it got some of that sun, sunlight in the afternoon, the hot sun. It did definitely.
Oh yeah.
It definitely took a toll on the black PLA, but it's super thin, so that makes sense.
But the yellow wasn't as bad, or what?
No, the yellow's fine. Well, I painted it. Yellow, so
okay.
It's fine. And the fuselage is the only thing that's yellow, and it didn't hurt it at all.
Black soaks it up, man.
Yeah, sure does. Absolutely. Yep. Cool, man. Well, it's 11:55. I'm ready to split.
All right, dudes. Yep, we're gonna do it. So thanks for coming by. And we got a name for it now. RC 3D Fab Factory. Punch the clock on the Facebook group. It's free if you want to keep up with this stuff and other people's projects as well. Ty, it doesn't have to be trucks. So yeah, post it up, man. Your plane, post it up. You can post it up on the RC Pilots Lounge too. Because it's a plane.
Yep.
The plans were designed around the Aero PLA. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I might buy a roll of that just to try it and see what it's like. I think it'd be kind of cool.
The only PETG I have is this clear stuff, so I never print enough of it to know if it stinks or not. But I may get some for one of these trucks next time.
I've got 4 brand new rolls of ASA, and I'm purposely one of these days before it gets hotter than the blazes out here, I'm gonna bring that K1 Max up and take it out and sit it on a table in my garage, and I'm gonna burn up all 4 rolls of that ASA, and I'm gonna print out another truck body, but I'm gonna do it outside in the garage.
It's fine stuff. It just stinks.
Yeah, well, that's why I said I was trying to use it on my small baby machine in this little room over here. Remember when you and Bobby were here? We went out on the boat and flew the planes.
Yeah.
In that little room. I had that little room, the doors closed, and like 15 minutes later, after I started running that ASA, I went in there and like opened the door, and it was like full of smoke. I'm like, what in the heck? I shut that thing down, so I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. So I'll be running I'll burn up all 4 of those outside.
Yeah, and like if my temp is 230, that stuff's like 270 temperature.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And the only time my glasses really got fogged up and messed up and gross was that stuff.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I wonder what that wood color PLA is like. I have seen that.
I've got it, bro. That's what I use to print out my steering wheel for the Scout.
Oh,
I got
cool.
I got the wood.
Is it just a color? I mean, it's got to be
pretty much.
What's wood about it? They put cardboard in it?
It's dude, I have no idea. I bought it thinking that I would see a grain. There's no grain really.
How could there be?
Yeah. It's a advertising gimmick.
Yeah, what it is they got this crazy brown color. They don't know what else you're gonna do with it.
Yep, exactly. Call it wood. Sell it to some retard like me, man. Hey, why don't you buy this, KK?
Wood
PLA.
Yeah,
let's try it.
Meanwhile, we're cutting down real 1-bys to use wood.
Right?
I mean, talk about scale. Well, I mean, Bondo and real wood and stuff.
Bro, this box that's in my new Scout, that's all popsicle sticks.
It looks awesome.
I just cut them and doubled up on them where I needed to make it kind of resemble a crate.
It looks awesome, just like the wood boxes and bed stuff I've done. I love how it looks.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
and then my little Travelall's got an aluminum floor inside. Remember that?
Yep.
Real metal.
Yep.
The floor of the Tremors truck's a license plate.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, all kinds of tricks, tips, and whatever.
Use what you got.
Yeah, why not? Cool.
All right,
that's man. That's why it's a Fab Factory.
That's why it's a Fab Factory, because we want to make sure you know it's not all 3D printing. Hand building, metalwork, styrene, wood, license plate, recycling. That aluminum floor in the Travelall is soda cans, and your Mooney hubcaps are the bottoms of beer cans.
Yep.
Let's go.
Don't mess with Indiana boys, man, on Indiana nights. We got all kinds of weird stuff going on.
Guys, we're going to roll. We're out of here in 5. Hanger rats forever. We'll throw you later. You're too good to be forgotten. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to clock in at the RC 3D Fab Factory. Bye now. Boom.
Later.
Let me make sure. Yep, there we go.